8B, would you like to test your mic?
Is there too much light on?
Yes, you are audible.
Manage the sound of your background, please. Yeah.
Pooja, you are not audible.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's this noise coming from 9A's background, I feel. Could you just check?
Is it from? There is absolutely no sound.
Okay, so is it 8?
I think there's some kids around.
Wait, I'll just mute my mic and you can check.
Yes, 9A. It is your background voice.
I was just muted, but I could still hear the voice.
Okay, now I think we are good to go.
Yeah, okay.
Now it's
fine.
better.
Um,
8B, please switch off your mic. 8B, switch off your mic. Yes,
Okay, so
Pooja, please proceed.
yeah. 9A, you may commence in 3, 2, 1.
I would like to start by painting a picture for you. A picture depicting pain, a picture depicting death, but most importantly, a picture depicting valor. The bravery of our Indian army is what has kept the Chinese troops at bay till date. The Indo-China War of 1962, the recent clashes at the Galwan Valley. This, this is what we get when we maintain good relations with China. But this has to end. The question needs to be asked. Is 1962 2.0 staring us right in the face? Good afternoon, one and all. I am contestant number 9A and I'm here to speak for the motion Expel the Dragon. An old Chinese proverb says that two tigers cannot survive in one den. That is, one tiger will do everything in its power to defeat the other. Using this analogy in modern day politics, India and China are the two tigers in the den of Asia. And China, mark my words, will leave no stone unturned to defeat India on all fronts. Diplomatic relations with India and China are not really good right now. And it is not a secret that nations do not exist to become friends. Friendship merely means a convergence of interests, and China has shown everyone that where its interest lies. In the next sentence, the key word being dependent, India is dependent on China for about 18% of its import. That is, we depend on China for, in numerical terms, 18% for our raw materials and consumer goods. Now, please answer my question. Is depending on an alien country in a time of war in the best of our interest? Does it not jeopardize our national security? It can exploit us by cutting all deals and leaving us hanging in the dry, or it can levy extravagant taxes and exploit us, which is exactly what they have done in the current COVID-19 situation. They have increased the prices of API by around 190%. Yes, you heard that right, 190%. Now, think what would happen if we produced what we wanted in our country itself? We can be self-reliant. Indian traders have shown time and again that they are ready to manufacture what we need and sell it in our market at affordable prices. The Atmanirbhar campaign could not have come at a better time. Along with import substitution, aka Make in India, entrepreneurs now have a chance to showcase their talent and produce goods and sell it to not only our domestic market but throughout the world with the proud tag of Made in India with Love. Now, The recent as my competitor once beforehand said that banning Chinese apps would not really be effective. Well, think about it. With recent 108 apps being banned and previously around 60 apps being banned, our Indian software developers now have a chance to produce their own apps. We can download apps and use apps while our data is being secured uh, by using apps made in India. Now, let me break it down for you. Why should we boycott China? Because China adopts the policy of dumping, and secondly, it mass produces goods. That how many times have you and I complained about Chinese goods being of poor quality? They break easily, they're very cheap. Now, this problem can be overcome when entrepreneurs in our country use the if lucrative schemes of the government and produce what we need in our country itself and sell it to our consumers. Now, coming to another point, China has a very important weapon up their sleeve. No, it is not the COVID 19. No, it is not the nukes, but it is debt diplomacy. It bullies and bankrupts poor nations and then becomes a superpower. India must be smart enough so as to not fall prey to this tactic. According to the string of pearls theory, China has surrounded India by acquiring naval bases in Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. Pakistan owes China more than it does to any other. Sorry?
Last 2 minutes.
Okay, more than it does to any other financial organization. The building of the CPEC or the China Pakistan Economic Corridor. This is a project which will render us defenseless in a time like war. And do you know how China can fund such an extravagant project? Because they are selling their goods in our market, we are buying them, and they are making profits. That is, we are importing goods from them and we are funding our own destruction. Isn't this something to think about? Um, to answer, I think contestant number 16, investments of China in India are funding startups and all. To counter that question, India has recently put checks and started investments in major FDI deals. That is, India has not explicitly boycotted China, but is on the way of doing it. And to answer contestant 12B, as he said that our GDP has sunk by about 23%, weren't we dependent on China right now? Our GDP still fell by 23%. So, what the hypocrisy? To all those people who might have doubt that we will not be able to do it, how will we survive if we boycott China? I would like to answer that we have economic productivity by our side. China will be the only country in the world which will turn old before turning poor. Before turning rich. That is, we have the world's largest human capital, which we need to monetize. And my final point is that in 1991, the balance of payment crisis was handled by India very efficiently. We overcame that problem. With proper policies and planning, which we are going to do again. We require a 1991 2.0 and not 1962 2.0. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, 9A.
Simran, just a small query. I'm sorry for interruption.
Yes.
Are we allowed to interject the participant who just spoke now?
No.
All right, sure. Thank you.
8B.
Do I keep my video on?
Yes, 9A, keep your video on, but please switch off your mic.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, am I audible and visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. Shall I go?
Yeah,
Just
8B.
a minute.
Okay, judges. Yeah, judges, can we proceed?
Yes, proceed.
Yeah. So 8B, you can commence in 3, 2, 1, start.
Before you expel the dragon out of the world, think about expelling the lion and the eagle and many. Who knows? You might discard the idea of expelling the dragon then. Period. Honorable judges, respected teachers, dear friends, and worthy opponents. Virtual greetings to all of you present here. Today I'm here on screen going to go strongly against the motion, expel the dragon. A dragon by nature symbolizes energy, power, ambition, and leadership. All the qualities that a powerhouse should have to exist in this world. Do you think we will be able to manage in this world without a country that possesses all these qualities? As a world power, absolutely not. China is the second largest economy in the world and also the major hub for international trade. Given its huge landmass, property, population, strategic ports, and large growing economy, it lends itself freely to the international world. China is also the biggest importers of the world. Countries selling are where they are today because China is buying them. If the Chinese economy collapses, the world economy will follow it. China, as we all know, the world economy is already going through a great depression. If China disappears, we will be surely deprived of all the products, resources, history, heritage, and other inventions that we use on a daily basis. Therefore, as the Chinese saying goes, think three times, act after. If there is one country that I do not want to see getting destroyed, then it is definitely going to be China because virtually everything is made in China. Now, I would like to raise a few questions over here. How and why exactly do you think of expelling China out of this world? Politically, economically, geographically? Do you mean the entire population? Or is it just the infrastructure that they have built over the years? Or the entire land disappearing from the earth? Either way, it's almost going to be impossible. And if at all it happens in the rarest of the rarest cases, as I told you, the after effects are going to be disastrous. Liberalists in the United States told together in a campaign that in a hypothetical situation, if they were able to get China drowned, it would be nice. Well, here is my answer. If China literally sank, then most of the coastal areas in the world will be flooded by the sudden rise in sea level. Also, you know, the Earth's volume is about 250 cubic miles, and the disappearance of China means 2% of the Earth's volume already being gone. And that would definitely trigger a Titanic cataclysm. So see, if China disappears, it's not just going to be China's problem, it's your problem also. Now, China consumes around 11% of global oil production. With 6.17 million barrels of oil suddenly having no takers in this world, it's anybody's guess where the global oil production price will go. Also, do you think it is economically possible to expel a country that is second in terms of economy and also has the best GDP rate in today's crisis world? If that happens, the world will stoop into dark age without the existence of paper, gunpowder, and compasses, etc. Now, politically speaking, I do not understand why everyone is against China and blaming it for the pandemic that exists. Now, let's see. The novel coronavirus was the creator of capitalist globalization. For the politicians in the United States and Western Europe, they are seeking to distract themselves from their own disastrous management of COVID-19. And the idea of Chinese culture has become a very convenient scapegoat. The beauty of blaming China lies in its ambiguity. Whatever the intentions are, we now see how criticism of China has gone into an upsurge of racist violence aimed at the Chinese and also the Asians that diaspora living across the globe. Now let's take the claim that the novel coronavirus was caused by the Chinese culture of eating pangolins, which is considered as a folk medicine over there. These same pangolins, believe me, these same pangolins had the price of $14 in 1944 and now has risen to $600, which means illegal shipments of these pangolins are happening all around the world and the Western world is the main customer of it. Even after the United Nations terming the virus as COVID-19, politicians in the United States of America continue to insist on phrases such as Wuhan virus, Chinese virus, Kung flu, etc. This is clearly an attempt to scapegoat China and also to distract themselves from a very catastrophic management that America is facing right now. They have the worst public health care in the recent American history. There is no doubt that such terminologies are racist and xenophobic. But where are the criticisms? Sorry?
2 minutes remaining.
But where are the criticisms? Do you think still that China is the only country that needs to be expelled? Therefore, I would like to conclude my speech by saying that rather than debating the blame game, let's focus on how short-sighted our nationalist perspectives are. The dangerous sentiments will not disappear once a vaccine is created. Unless we demand for more than liberal appeal for tolerance, this will go on. So rather than trying to expel the dragon or the lion or eagle, let's be in this together. Better late than never. Thank you and have a nice day. Also, I would like to use the remaining minutes to do the rebuttal round. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay, so my previous opponent mentioned in their speech that Chinese apps are the reason why personal information of the users are being stolen, and that reason is enough to expel China out of the country. My dear friend, this is truly a mistake, because if you consider that as a reason to expel China, then you need to expel other countries as well, because already Google, Facebook, Amazon, and many other apps are under surveillance due to their privacy and security policies. Also, another friend in the beginning, my worthy opponent, mentioned in his speech that the Uyghur Muslims are being tortured in China. Do you know about what is happening in Gaza? For 12 straight days, bombing did not get over, and there is no media coverage about it. Also, I think this is the Western belief that the pandemic will only come into poor and non-white countries. This is a clear example of racism and also xenophobia. Also, one more thing at the end that I would like to say is that critics say that China covered the virus for 3 weeks in Wuhan in January. Okay, now, and that made the difference. They say that made the difference on the virus being local to global pandemic. The same virus was covered by United Kingdom for 8 straight weeks, and also the United States of America clearly ignored the warning for 70 days during March. So it's not just China that needs to be expelled. So at the end, I would like to say that the comments, instead of debating the blame game, we need to focus on how short-sighted our nationalist perspectives are. I think we need to go for diplomatic solutions, as our Gandhiji has suggested, because Gandhiji is not a man of his time. He's a man of our time also. Thank you.
Thank you, 8B.